So Techfolio started as kind of a social experiment. Not in the branding or messaging, just the structure. We were basically asking if we build a better way to hire engineers, would anyone actually use that? And it sounds simple, but it's not, because it means letting go of the stuff everyone's used to, even if that stuff doesn't really work. So yeah, this whole thing is basically a test. We're kind of putting it out there and asking, will companies actually go for a hiring process that's clear and more grounded, even if it means giving up on the stuff they're used to? And same goes for us, honestly. Like, as developers, are we willing to put our actual thinking out there? All the messy parts that don't usually make it onto a resume, and that's a different kind of exposure. Here's what this actually looks like from a developer's side. So instead of a resume, you have this dynamic profile, and it has four main components. First is the skills. You open this modal, add your strengths, whether it's front end, back end, database management, and then you drill into specifics. Our system then uses that data to match you with jobs. Then here, this next section, this is your project showcase. So here you can highlight the work you've done and not just talk about it. There's also a system design interview. So here you pick categories and answer AI graded questions and get a detailed report that you can choose to share on your profile. And finally, we also have platform challenges. So these let you demonstrate and grow your skills through tiered categories and share your achievements directly with employers. Together, these replace your resume with something that evolves continuously. And if the answer is actually yes, like if people are willing to do this, then I think it shifts something much bigger. Like maybe we start nudging the whole hiring process onto a different track, something that's, I don't know, a little more honest. And maybe we also actually start understanding each other's work better, not just what it looks like from the outside, but what's underneath it. So yeah, we stepped back and looked at how hiring actually works. And like, you already know this, but it's a mess. Every company talks about how important people are, but when it actually comes to choosing those people, the process is all over the place. There's not much structure to it, and for something that's supposed to be so critical, that feels off. So here's how we try to add some clarity. Say you're looking for a job on Techfolio. You search for the company and find a role. Let's just look up Techfolio. You click in, and here's the company page. You get detailed insights into the company culture, including their tech stack, specific cultural values, and opportunities for career development. Then you also have an interview component which clearly lays out each stage and timeline and gives you an overview of the company's hiring philosophy. Then here in the job opening section, you'll see a job details modal. And when you're ready, you can simply click I'm interested or the not interested button to directly apply or not apply. Most of the time, hiring is unfortunately full of resumes, referrals, and a few short calls where you mostly talk through your past jobs. And maybe you reverse a binary tree if that's part of their flow. It's not really about understanding how someone thinks. It's more about what feels familiar. And we take credentials and assume they mean capability, and under all of it, it's just mostly guessing. We're not looking at the work itself, we're looking at where it might have come from. Like, Stanford, okay, must be smart. Or, okay, worked at Meta, probably solid. And that's just pattern matching. That's what hiring is boiled down to, and honestly, I don't think we talk about how limiting that is enough. So here's a different approach. The platform actively shows you jobs tailored specifically to your profile based on your skills and demonstrated abilities. You can quick apply without filling out lengthy forms up front, and it streamlines the entire process, meaning you'll know employers are genuinely interested before investing significant time completing additional steps. And I don't think this system is broken. I think it was just never really designed in the first place, and we just kind of inherited it and kept it alive. For employers, here's how clarity looks. Interested candidates appear sorted by meaningful metrics such as their system design interview scores and relevant challenges to find the right fit. And this significantly reduces the need to spend tens or even hundreds of thousands on recruiters. You can dive deep into profiles, reviewing showcase skills, detailed project examples, and results from structured assessments. Candidates can then easily be shared and reviewed with your colleagues directly within the platform. And once you find a potential candidate and match with them, you just DM them by messaging them directly through Techfolio. This also lets you schedule integrated Google Meet calls effortlessly in the platform. So then on your private company profile, collaboration is built in. You can invite colleagues to your team, assign roles and permissions, and keep shared candidate notes and to-do lists. It simplifies the decision making and communication and team collaboration and puts it all in one place. And when you're ready, you can create custom, realistic challenges aligned with your actual work to share with candidates. Then candidate responses are video and audio recorded and they're shared directly with your team. And so what we've noticed is that some of the strongest engineers, they don't always come through in a resume stack. That's because they're not trying to impress you. They're just quietly good. But the system isn't really set up for that. It rewards people who know how to present themselves and not necessarily those that are best at the actual work. And so the format we're used to compresses the wrong traits, and it throws away the stuff that actually matters. And now with AI showing up in everything, honestly, if a model can pass your hiring process unnoticed, that's a process problem. If something simulated can pass the test was probably not real enough. And so really, we've ended up with a hiring process that rewards performance in these really narrow setups. Like, show up, check the boxes, say the right things, but that is not the same thing as knowing how to reason through real problems. I think you see talent when someone says, we ruled this out, or we chose this path, and we deferred that feature because it didn't matter yet. And that's context and orientation, and it's kind of what AI can't fake, at least not yet. A lot of what's out there right now is focused on making the process faster. More automation, quicker filters, that kind of thing, but speed on the wrong axis is still the wrong direction. What we're trying to build is a different axis entirely, one where reputation comes from what you've actually done and where your portfolio isn't static. It grows, it shifts, it reflects how you think over time, and it's a process where hiring feels more like contributing to open source than applying for a loan. And over time, systems like this don't just change hiring, they shift where talent concentrates, and they change who gets to build the next generation of products. So that's what we're working on, slowly, carefully, system by system. The right kind of change doesn't shout. It compounds, and then quietly, it replaces what came before. And if any of this resonates, if you've felt the same kind of friction, or you've been wondering if there's a better way to find good people or meaningful work, then maybe give Techfolio a look. Whether you're building a team or looking for your next role, this is us trying to rethink the system out loud. And we'd love for you to be a part of it as we grow. If you have feedback, thoughts, or just simply want to get involved, feel free to reach out to me via email directly or schedule a call using the Calendly link on the Why Techfolio page. I'm available for open meetings from 2 to 10 p.m. every day, that's Arizona time, and would genuinely appreciate hearing from you. That's all I've got. Thanks for sitting with it.